deep in the Pacific, far beyond any known map, the ocean held its darkest secret. At Helios 9, a deep-sea research platform hovering over an uncharted trench, scientists tracked a strange, rhythmic pulse from the abyss. It wasn't natural. It was a pattern. Then, at 2:17 a.m., every screen went black. The ocean stilled. The platform shuddered violently as a pressure wave surged from below, bending steel and shattering lights. It was too late. Sonar flickered on for just a moment, registering something impossible. Its length was unknown, its mass unmeasurable. Then, the ocean split open. A colossal shape rose from the depths, armored in black plates that seemed to drink the light. Between them, a deep crimson energy pulsed. Its head was a crown of jagged ridges, with two burning cavities instead of eyes. It didn't roar, it just watched. An elongated limb wrapped around Helios 9's central column, and the reinforced titanium screamed. The entire platform collapsed inward, crushed and pulled into the sea. Within minutes, it was gone. New debris, new survivors. Then, the entity turned toward land. On a distant island, the jungle sensed the intrusion. Birds fled the canopy, the ground vibrated, and the tides surged unnaturally. High above the chaos, Kong stood motionless. He had ruled this island, maintained its balance, but this feeling was new. This was a violation. As dawn broke, a towering silhouette emerged from the surf, nearly 300 feet tall. Its limbs unfolded with mechanical precision. Where it stepped, the vibrant jungle blackened and died. The air around it shimmered with heat or radiation. Kang advanced to meet the intruder. The entity paused, its head tilting as if analyzing him. Kong moved first, tearing a massive stone pillar from a cliff and hurling it with devastating force. The pillar hit the creature's chest and simply disintegrated into dust, having no effect at all. In response, a concussive wave erupted from the entity, throwing Kong backward through the dense forest until he slammed into solid rock. But Kong rose immediately. He changed his strategy. He circled, using the high ground to his advantage. Launching from a ridge, he drove both fists down onto the creature's head. The impact sent a shockwave that shattered nearby stone. For the first time, the crimson glow within the entity flickered. Damage. The creature responded instantly. Its chest plates separated, revealing a core of pulsating red energy. A focus beam shot out, carving a molten trench through the jungle, incinerating everything. Kong dodged by inches. The world around him now, smoke and fire. Multiple tendrils erupted from the entity's back, striking in a coordinated attack. They wrapped around Kong's arms, his torso, his leg. The grip tightened, but it wasn't just crushing him. Energy was being transferred, his strength was being siphoned away as the crimson core grew brighter. The entity was learning, adapting to his biology in real time. With what little mobility he had left, Kang anchored himself against the rock. He wrenched one arm free and grabbed an obsidian plate near the creature's chest. With all his might, he tore it. Cracks spread across the armored surface, and the core destabilized, erupting in a violent pulse that threw both titans apart. For a moment, there was silence. But the entity wasn't beaten. The cracks on its body began to heal, the plates sealing themselves. It was evolving. The ocean along the coast began to spiral, forming a massive vortex around the island. The entity extended its arms, channeling energy into the rising tide. This wasn't a fight for territory, it was environmental warfare. If that vortex stabilized, the island would be erased. Kong charged. Ignoring the striking tendrils, he leaped directly onto the entity's torso. He gripped the exposed seams of its chest and pried them open, wider and wider. The core pulsed violently, trying to release another blast, but it faltered under the physical strain. With one final, desperate surge of power, Kong drove both feet directly into the core. The detonation was immense, flattening the remaining fires and collapsing the vortex. A shockwave expanded across the ocean and jungle. When the smoke cleared, the entity stood motionless. Its glow dimmed to a weak, unstable pulse. It took a step back, not in defeat, but in reassessment. Its burning gaze locked onto Kong, not with rage, but with cold measured recognition. Then, it turned and retreated into the ocean, sinking beneath the waves until it disappeared. The storm was over. Kong stood at the shoreline, breathing heavily, watching the dark horizon. He understood now. This opponent wasn't driven by hunger. It was driven by purpose. Far below, in the crushing dark of the abyss, the crimson glow intensified. The fractures sealed, the energy recalibrated. Data was processed, countermeasures formed. The abyss had awakened, and the next encounter would not be a test. It would be decisive. Thanks for watching. If you want to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe.